first of all, thank you for your time and congratulations on the film. So Mrunal, if I can start with you, obviously playing the eponymous Sonia in the film, which is also in many ways your kind of breakout role. How has the whole experience been for you, you know, through the audition process and up to now?
Oh, it's considering the fact that it's my first film.
Yeah.
Like I thought that, you know, it would be a nice, light, romantic film.
Yeah.
And very glamorous film. But then when the script came out, when I gave the audition, and all I thought was how madly, how badly, how deeply I'm in love with my sister. If anything wrong happens to her, I would just like murder the other person. Yeah. So that's the only thing that I had in my head while I auditioned for this role. Audition round 1 happened, 2 happened, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and still there was no confirmation from Tabriz, and I was freaking out, thinking that am I a bad actress? But they were really concerned about the looks, and she should look like a villager, naive, innocent. At the same time, she should be like not give up. Yeah. So it took a little bit. It was difficult, the process, but it's worth it. Yeah, I got a chance to meet the girls, research. Earlier, I had no idea what sex trafficking was all about. I knew it did exist, but and I thought it was only in India. But the fact is that it happens everywhere. Yeah. There are a couple of films that I watched based on human trafficking, sex trafficking in India, but they are only limited to India. There's no film which travel from country A to B to C. The moment people watch. The people from the West, like say US or UK, when they watch the film like this, and they be like, "Oh my God, girls do get trafficked from India to UK and or US. This is what people do to girls, and it's really sad. Girls get stitched again and sold again, and that was something that I didn't know earlier. Girls do get trafficked in a container. I never looked at the container the way I look at right now. So many things changed. I was so aware. And there were situations where while I was traveling, I would be like, if there is a girl traveling with an older man, I would be like, is something wrong? Yeah. And I would want to just find out that is everything okay? Absolutely, but sometimes I thought that I was just overthinking. Yeah.
And Freida, for you, obviously collaborating with Tabriz again after Slumdog Millionaire. How was that? And was he any different, being in the director's chair?
Yeah, very different because, he was calling the shots this time the whole way through. But Tabriz is a very relaxed kind of director. I didn't ever see him get stressed out on set. And that automatically changes the environment on set. It changes it for the entire team. Everybody else working then is able to relax into what they're doing as well. And it kind of really nurtures the best in you. I think Tabriz was quite kind of sure of what he wanted, but at the same time humble enough to stay open to whatever interpretation the actors brought in as well. And there was a lot of ad-libbing that he and I would play around with. And like, I'll try and say it this way. He goes, I'll try and hiss at him this time. I'm like, okay, I'll go and hiss this time. So it was for me just fun. I was just having fun with this character. And at the same time, not forgetting the story that needed to be told about this particular person as well, who basically went through what Sonia went through a couple of years ago, and now she's kind of, in a slightly more privileged position, abusing that privilege a little bit.
Okay, yeah. So a kind of question for you both, as well as sort of being a story about human trafficking, it's also a very kind of touching and sometimes uplifting tale about female unity and companionship. I was wondering, sort of given the whole Me Too movement and things like that, how important is that aspect of the story in how the film resonates with audiences?
I think women standing up for women for me is like one of the most important things, in life in general. And there's something powerful about the unity of women, which is also what a lot of men fear, at times, women coming out together. And I don't mean to say that coming out and just protesting in a way to kind of just, I know it's like anger is important, but not just basically living in anger, but from there moving on to strategy and change. Yeah, sure. And I think women do it brilliantly.
Definitely, yeah.
So I'm just excited for a film like this to inspire women to stand up for other women as well. I mean, that's one of the things that we kind of unraveled quite organically on this film. Did not even realize that Mrunal, Richa and I would end up becoming such a a pack.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, and where we're encouraging each other and we're encouraging other women, and we didn't even realize that this was just the nature of all three of us and how we were going to. We had no idea how we were going to interact with each other.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that 2018, when I stepped into the industry, when I started working on films, things was already changing.
Yeah.
I mean, there are very less films which are female-centric films, and the fact that it's my first, and to have Love Sonia as my first is like a big deal.
Yeah.
And the fact that all my, they're not like my colleagues, they're like my friends now. And Richa and Freida, they both supported me, and it's really lovely. While my, people asked me that, how was it? Was it friendly atmosphere on set, or there cat fights?
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, you should just take a chill pill and just see our chemistry off screen also. Yeah. And I'm so glad that there are actresses like Freida and Richa who have absolutely no support, no filmy background, but they are still, I really look up to both of them.
Definitely.
And I want to be like Freida, I want to be like Richa, and I want to be like, the kind of confidence, the kind of energy that I get from them is impeccable. Yeah. And it only happens when you support each another, especially women. So it's very important.
It also comes from a place of security.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of us have any kind of ego hassles with the other person.
Yeah.
We're just kind of, we're all confident in what we do. And I think we're secure in our talent, in our ability to own our own individual personalities. Like, I can never be Mrunal, Mrunal can never be me, but we can be
together,
a team together.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you both again, and congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.